Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet Radu Jon. He is an internationally known artist who completely transforms events. You'll hear his incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I love how one artist can completely transform an event, whether that's a convention that you're going to or a conference or a wedding. Sometimes you get just an amazing DJ or artist who completely lifts the energy of the crowd and completely transforms the event. That describes my next guest. Radu Jon is in the studio. The Violin Guy is his name. He's actually a returning guest, and this was 7 years ago that we met when I was doing
Good morning, and thank you for having me again on the show.
I was doing a show at iHeartRadio on the weekends, and you were nice enough to join me, and my lovely daughter Sarah, my vice president, said, "Hey Daddy, let's go look at some of the shows that we did 7 years ago." And she reached out to you, and thankfully you were available. But I want people to hear your heart. This is an art form for you, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a way of life. It's what makes you feel about the world. It's what makes you drive, your life in a direction that you constantly head towards the things you love.
Yes, and you were a child musician. You began with the piano, is that right?
Yes, I have a little story about it. I began as the piano man. Continued as the violin guy, grew up being the guitar hero, and I ended up as the wedding singer.
I love it. And he's got a great smile and great charisma. Let's go ahead and pull up his website. And as we scroll down the website, I want you to talk about the kinds of events you're doing these days. Is it weddings? Is it conferences? What kind of events are you doing?
So the world changed a little bit after COVID. Before COVID, I was growing in the restaurants and wedding and corporate world, planning and helping everybody grow their businesses. Then I decided on growing my own business. I opened a club in 2020 during COVID, the worst timing of sure. Everyone's lives. Yeah, but it was for a purpose, a particular purpose, to get my niece, who was 20 years old, same age when I came to America, to come to America and have her own space where she could grow as a DJ. And I taught her how to DJ. I made her own channel, recorded her mixtapes. I mean, I just boosted her career within a few weeks. Then she fell in love and she decided not to come. So, so now I'm stuck with the club and the name, Ladies Hookah Lounge. It's still a platform for DJs to come, both female and male. I know I get the question a lot, like, are male allowed to come? Of course, yes. Everyone is welcome. But I continue with that project, and also because the electronic music all over the world is growing so much, I am involved in that as well. So I will be releasing a couple of mixtapes very soon online. I never released something until it's absolutely perfect, but one of them that is my absolute favorite was the opportunity I had during the grand opening of the Sphere and the returning of the Formula One in Vegas. I captured that 1 week, 2 days before the Formula One took over the streets of Las Vegas, and the Sphere just opened, and it was just amazing. It was the most incredible thing on the planet. You would just like turn your head and you have a planet behind you. It just felt surreal, and I recorded that. as a live performance at 3:00 in the morning when the sphere turned into the moon, caught the sunrise. I have these drone shots that are absolutely just magical. I know everyone is talking about Anima, who's done the shows inside the sphere, but you have to watch the mixtape that shows my performance outside of the sphere. And I'm lucky to be the first one that actually did it, because it was at the grand opening, and that's just a moment in time we'll never come back. After this, there will be so many artists. Things will change. They're opening a new sphere in Abu Dhabi, is what I'm understanding.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and I'm there. So, definitely.
That's amazing. On his website, there's a overview video. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Hi, I'm Radu, the Violin Guy. A lot of musicians go by their personal name. To me, even though it's a unique name, I felt like I didn't want to be known by my name, rather by what I do. I wanted what I do to be the legacy. A couple of people always mentioned me as, hey, remember that violin guy? That violin guy. So I kept on hearing this, and then one day I realized, I'm like, you know what, that's pretty catchy. You know, I got to this point today to where I'm driving all these luxurious cars, and I'm so far from a point where people don't even know. These dream cars are just like anything else. It's like the dream job, the dream house, the dream anything. Everybody's got a dream. When I started working on this dream, I was actually at a point in my life where I hit the bottom. So I had to lift myself up and to give myself a goal that honestly I couldn't reach. It was a fire that started in me to pursue something that I didn't think that I could reach. And then one day when I got there, I said to myself, wow, new goals now. I spent the sleepless nights building these violins from scratch, and each violin has a different theme. Through my instruments, I wanted to experience something unique, something that they can only get from me. I'm proud that I work hard every single day and every single thing that I do. And who knows, if I ever get a chance to impress someone and maybe channel somebody in their life later on, you know, maybe it's just a little kid that I'm playing in front of at a restaurant today, and he'll always remember that, and then he'll grow up having that feeling of like, wow, I want to do something different, I want to do something new. That's good enough for me, you know. I mean, that's what happened to me. You can never stop being creative. You can always find something new, and especially when you find someone else that's done something that's maybe in your field, and you just say, I wish I would have thought of that. So I want to be that guy.
Wow, I'm blown away. And these instruments you made yourself?
Yes, my whole idea was that I wanted to play something that no one else would have, and it would just carry my own image, my own energy. Not to mention, I dreamed it. So, you know, as with every dream, it's part of your own consciousness. It's something that the ether, the source, the field, it's telling you. And you just have to follow it. Everyone gets an idea, a dream, and if you follow it, you will see how your life will change. Many people get ideas and they never follow them. The whole expression of follow your dreams, what do you think it means? It really means to go with your feeling, with your gut, with your instinct, create that reality that you want to live.
And we were saying at the top of the show that a great artist can make or break an event. You saved an event.
Yes,
share that
the
story.
greatest story of my life as an event musician. So I'm driving towards the Hotel Zaza. It's okay to say it.
Sure.
Zaza in Houston, and so I have a relationship with both in Dallas and Houston. And over here, you know, I was in Houston. I was just booked to be the, you know, number 10th musician. They had drummers and DJs, and I mean, they just had everything. I was just, you know, the cherry on top, right? Yeah. So when I get to Zaza, it was around 7 p.m. and it's awfully quiet in there. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe they're just like preparing. You know, it was an hour before the event would start. And I go to the DJ, I ask him, what's going on? And he's like, oh, you know what? Actually, we're out of electricity. There's nothing. So the place was real dead, like quiet, dark. And so, you know, I walk around, I'm asking everybody, like, really? Like, this is like, are you guys doing something about it? They're like, no. And, you know, the DJ is just, you know, hands, you know, like that. Yeah. And I'm like, well, no. I'm like, first of all, I have to perform too. So I'm like, I came all the way. I'm not going to take no for an answer. They're saying they're going to bring a generator, all that kind of stuff, but no one knows anything for sure. And I'm like, okay, time is ticking. So I get to my truck. I used to live in California, and I would do weddings on the beach, right? So I knew all about generators and electrical and all that kind of stuff. And I always have a backup. My thing in my life is that I always have a backup to the backup. My plan B is plan A twice. I basically make sure that plan A will go just as before. So I ran cables, like I could run cables to the moon and back, I ran cables through the elevator shaft, if you can imagine, in the dark. Everybody's walking around with a candlelight, literally. I mean, the only thing that was up in there was the exit signs, which is on a backup generator. So anyway, I get the cables up in there. I run it all the way to the DJ, hand it to him like this. I'm like, okay, connect, it'll work. He connects, the music starts going, and the event planner is like, oh, the light came up. But the DJ says, no, the Violin Guy came up.
So are you running this off of your
car generator, the whole thing,
no kidding.
And I make sure that it's powerful. I mean, the Sphere events, stuff like that. In the mountains, I go and perform in Utah and record these mixtapes. So I am prepared always to be remote.
Wow. Okay, so he talked about the Sphere event. Let's go ahead and show one clip from it.
Awesome dream of us, that you and I were the only ones. It was just you and I, just us. And I know that love won't wait for another minute, and life won't start if you're not in it. Love won't wait. No, love won't wait. I had a dream, I had an awesome dream of us, that you and I were the only ones. It was just you and I, just us. Oh, I had a dream, I had an awesome dream of us, that you and I were the only ones. It was just you and I, just us. And I know that love won't wait for another minute, and life won't start if you're not in it. Love won't wait. Love won't wait. And I know that love won't wait for another minute, and life won't start if you're not in it. Love won't wait. Love won't wait.
Okay, what was that like?
Oh, it was surreal. I mean, just a moment in time that will never come back, but it marks your existence, your life. The drone shots. Oh, let me tell you about the drone shots. So I am a pilot. This is our captain speaking.
Drone pilot?
Yes, a drone pilot. And imagine that I'm flying the drone at 4 o'clock in the morning, backwards, with the goggles, so it feels like you're flying because you're in it. It's very immersive, right? And I'm flying backwards next to the most expensive building in the world ever. Little did I know, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, which cost $1.2 billion, was the most expensive building in the world until they built the Sphere, which is $2.3 billion. And it's insane because you're thinking the tallest building in the world with the systems that keep it, floating, and it's just insane. It's sci-fi. Yeah. And then you get the Sphere right here in Vegas, and I'm flying my drone backwards And I held my breath until I turned blue.
Wow.
You know?
Well, let's talk about the mindset you go in on every single performance, because you've done thousands of performances in your life. But for that bride, this is a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So I know you never take it for granted that just because you've done this thing 1,000 times.
No, I think it's the greatest compliment from any client, anyone that has ever come to me and asked me, hey, can you be at my wedding? Can you be at my event? And the trust that they know that I'm going to do a good job. Maybe they've seen me before, which that's fantastic, and I totally recommend it. You get a sense of it. But on the day of, imagine this moment has never happened before, and you've planned it, and you've thought of it, and you've created it. You started creating that moment in your mind, and now it's here. It's the real moment. And I'm part of it. Of course, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be there. And I make sure that I have an electric generator just in case your electricity goes down.
I love that. Okay, we got about a minute left. So final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with?
So I'm excited about creating new moments for my clients, for myself. Every moment that we get to live is a new opportunity to grow, to learn, to be better, to help each other, to be part of the community. And I love the Dallas community. I mean, Dallas has always been my home, even though I'm working a lot in Las Vegas, so watch out.
It's a great way to end the show. We're also going to leave you with his website, which is theviolinguy.com. The great Radu Jon, thanks for coming on their show.
Jeff, thank you so much. What a pleasure.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.